Hello students. Today we are going to discuss third chapter of the book Footprints Without Feet, The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur. Robert Arthur was a writer of speculative fiction and specialized in crime and mystery fiction. He was known for his work, The Mysterious Traveler radio series, and for writing The Three Investigators. Arthur was honored twice by the Mystery Writers of America. He also wrote scripts for television. Before starting story, I would like to ask one question. What comes in your mind when you think of any detective? James Bond? How the detective should look? Fit, strong, energetic, or you can say a man of action. Let's see what is there in the story The Midnight Visitor. There are four characters: Ossible, a secret agent; Max, his rival secret agent; Fowler, romantic writer; and Henry, the waiter. The story begins by a Fowler, a writer by profession, wanting to see the life of secret agent visiting a person called Ossible. When he met Ossible, he was not very impressed. Ossible didn't look like any secret agent. He was fat and spoke with the peculiar American accent, even though he had been living in Paris for the last 20 years. He could speak French and German passably. As Fowler followed Ossible to his room, he found the corridor smelly and scary. Ossible's room was on the 6th floor in a French hotel. Fowler was beginning to get bored. Fowler was a romantic writer and had come to meet a secret agent. Naturally, he would have come with some expectations of adventure and excitement. He would have imagined that the life of secret agent was full of danger and risk all the time. Quite contrary, Fowler must be terribly disappointed to have to spend an evening with the poorly dressed guy in a French hotel. Instead of seeing beauties slipping messages in his hand, here was a man who gets one simple phone call making an appointment in his room. By now, they had reached Ossible's room. Ossible told him that he could see how disillusioned he was with this meeting, but presently he would get to see some important papers for which several men and women had risked their lives and reach him. These papers contained a report which was very important as it would change the future course of history. After saying this, Ossible closed the door and switched on the light. As soon as the light was switched on, Fowler got his first glimpse of a thriller. Halfway across the room, a man was standing with a pistol in his hand and pointing towards them. Ossible blinked a couple of times as he recognized the man. It was Max. He was told him that he was surprised to see him there. He had thought he was in Berlin. Max was a slender man, a bit short, but had looks of a cunning fox. Max told him that he had come to take the report concerning some missiles which was supposed to be reaching him. He had come to collect it as it would be safer with him. Ossible pretended to be angry and said that he would fight with the management of the hotel because this was the second time that someone had tried to enter his room through the balcony. Hearing the word balcony, Fowler's eyes tried to spot a balcony below a single window in the room. As it was the night time, the balcony couldn't be seen. Max too looked surprised as he heard the word balcony. He confessed that he had no idea that there was a balcony outside. He had used a pass key to get in. Had he known there was a balcony, he would not have taken any undue risk. Osibel then explained that it was not his balcony but it belonged to the next door apartment through which intruders come in. He started explaining to Fowler that his room used to be a part of a large unit and that the room next to his was a part of a living room. This part had a balcony which extended till below his window. It was easy for anyone to go to the empty room and then climb up through the balcony. He added that when he had complained the last time, the management had promised to block it off, but it seems they haven't. Max looked at the Fowler. He was standing stiff out of fear. He told him to sit down as there was still another half hour of wait before the report came in. Osibel corrected him by saying 31 minutes to be precise. Just then a knock is heard and Max and Fowler get alerted. Max wanted to know who was at the door. Osibel replied that it must be police who he had called to check on him to make sure everything was fine. On hearing the word police, Max became nervous. Osibel asked him what he would do to save himself. He also told him that the door was unlocked and anyone could move in without any problem, and if they saw Max there, they would definitely shoot him down. Max was angry and went quickly towards the window in bid to hide in a balcony, which Osibel had talked about. The knocking became louder and someone from outside called Mr. Osibel twice. Max, who was still sitting at the windowsill with his gun pointing at the Osibel and Fowler, now twisted his body with the legs facing outside. Just as the doorknob turned, he jumped. Soon after, a shrill scream was heard. Now, there was a waiter with his tray, whose name was Henry. He had a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. He told Osibel that he had brought the drink he had ordered. He then uncorked the bottle and left the room. Fowler was left white-faced as he could not understand what was happening. He had expected the police, but instead he saw a waiter. Osibel explained that there was no police and that he knew it was Henry the waiter, but he had used the situation to deceive Max. Fowler now wanted to know if Max was waiting at the balcony. Osibel told him that there was no balcony and Max had fallen on the ground and would have died. Thus, dear students, this story is based on the theme that appearances are deceptive. One should not judge the book by its cover. As in this story, Osibel, who was fat and didn't look like any secret agent, was able to get rid of Max with his intelligence. The writer wants to convey that the ability to think quickly and act calmly in a situation of danger is more important than physical strength. So, we should not judge anyone by his or her outer appearances. Hope you find the chapter interesting and easy to understand. Thank you.